Here we go. Just get those wonderful toys.
Are you playing in the bathtub with your little doll?
Action figure!
Come on, you can do it. Wonder Wheel. I don't want to go through life being a Wonder Wheel mother.
What's going on? And welcome back to Collectable Past. This may be the last Collectable Past, period. I haven't made up my mind yet. But so it is with things. Cannot get anything done with the internet. It's just been an absolute shit show, and I have nobody to thank for that except for CenturyLink. CenturyLink, you can go eat a big giant bag of hairy male chickens. You sons of bitches. But anyway, real quick, before anything else goes on, say hi to the people in the chat. What's going on? Superfan Adam Shawhan hanging out in the chat. I send you a link, but I cannot even open up a second tab at this point. Cotton, what is going on? Cotton, always good to see you. And Shifty here as well. What is up, Shifty? And what's going on? Chaos, man. Good to see you, Chaos. The pig is partially back. And, of course, joined by Vinnieart.
Hey, what's up? Hello, everyone. I was going to say, Dago. Me say Dago. Hello, everyone. I was running late today, too. But I made it right on time as you were saying. You were saying hi to everyone and how great the internet is.
Yeah, it's just been a shit show. What's going on, Trina? Trina also in the chat. The rest of the pigs are okay. We're still feeling the loss of Rorschach. Spent the past couple days working on his casket, a superhero send-off for a superhero pig. And Jesus, did they freaking rake us on getting the casket, too. Because unfortunately, the way Rorschach passed, he was stretched out with his back hunched, making sure he would take up as much room as possible when he got buried. So we had to get a much larger casket, and they go from 12-inch all the way up to 18-inch. So, I've been working on this giant casket for him. So, it'll be upcoming. I will say this about Rorschach's send-off. When I do it, as always, we do the little video compilation with everything Rorschach has done on the channel. Of course, paying much respect to that pig. He did an awful lot, and doing music and everything like that. I did look it up. So Rorschach in the comic books makes his last Rorschach's Journal on November the 1st of 1985. So I looked to see which day that was. It was a Friday. So when I run Rorschach's thing, it will be on a Friday sometime during the early day or maybe even later at night. I don't know. That's how I'm going to do it. I'm getting by, Chaos. I'm getting by. I've been having serious back problems. So it's one of those things. You just got to deal with it. Unfortunately, the medical community doesn't like to make sure that you feel good. So it's always nice to know that I'm getting absolutely hosed by these people that are taking money. But enough with that. I unfortunately am still trying to upload the last part of what is my main show off today. It's just always something. Appreciate that, guys. But we do have a few things in the pen that I could show off. So I'm going to start off with part one of my show off. I'll do a few of them, and then we'll do a quick intermission. And Vinnie, you can take over. If you can, send the link to Adam if he's jumping on. I just can't. I just can't do it. This is like the worst it's been in a long time. But some of these figures I think you've already shown off, Vinnie, if not all of them. But we're doing a rundown on G.I. Joe Dreadnoks.
Nice.
Enjoyed most of these, and at the end, hopefully, if it uploads, oh God, if the internet gods will allow it to upload, I'll be able to show them off together, and they do look fantastic together. But here we go with part 1, G.I. Joe Classified Dreadnoks.
Welcome back as we are hanging out with Barnes, G.I. Joe, and BattleBot Pig. As we are getting ready to look at something that is G.I. Joe related, right, Barnes? Get the nom on, buddy. It is wartime. And here we go, taking a look at some of those G.I. Joe Classified Series figures. Now, we actually have a few that we haven't done full reviews on. So, some of the ones that we did do full reviews on, of course, was Zartan. So, we already did get a review on Zartan. We did get a review on Ripper as well. We also had a review, oh, sorry, Barnes, didn't mean to block you. Can't block the pig, on Buzzer as well. In the back, we also had Zorana, which we just never got around to doing a review on. So we're going to be taking a look at Zorana. We're also going to be taking a look at Torch, another one that I've had sitting in the back. Haven't gotten around to doing a full review. So we're going to take a quick look at Torch as well. And, of course, the other Dreadnoks, we'll be taking a quick look at Road Pig. And, of course, Naugahyde. So there we go. We're going to get all these Dreadnoks out together. We're going to put them in a series of poses. And we're going to let you guys know what we think about them. Well, at least Barnes will. So here we go.
Knox figures each sold separately from Hasbro.
And here we go with Zorana, right out of her packaging. A decent looking figure with nice detailing, very much like the original figure, except for one thing. That would be this secondary hairstyle that's on her. This is more like the original figure. So let's take a look at the two hairstyles side by side so you can see the difference. Because initially you might not notice it, but yeah, there's a bit of a difference. And with the bangs, you got to be careful trying to get it on because they do kind of curl up and get underneath her. And of course, now we're going to be checking her out in some poses. Got that little sassy pose right there. Very well endowed figure. This one does not look bad at all. Really nice detailing throughout all her armor and her clothes. Get her in another pose right here. She's being a bit of a naughty girl with her gun sword. This is probably typical of the Dreadnoks. They are some dirty ass swamp people, so this is not surprising seeing this from her. Here we go with that gun knife, and she does come with a combat knife as well. Gets a fairly wide stance on those small little boots with heels. As you can see, nothing to assist her in standing, and she is leaning back.
G.I. Joe will return after the...
She's a good
There's
figure.
nothing to say about those poses.
They were funny. They're dirty swamp people. Yeah. I mean, it's just her and a lot of her brothers, right?
Hey, you got to make do it. Apparently, what you have. What's going on, DJ Play Nice? Good to see you, man.
What's up?
Thanks for yeah, appreciate that. Cotton is a bit miffed by some of those poses. Cotton, don't tell me you weren't thinking to yourself, "Can you F it?" Because you know you were.
Oh shit.
But yeah, that's the first part of those Joes. Just a quick look. I'm going to play the second part right now, and we'll take an ever so short break from the Joes and take a intermission, and then you could show off some of the stuff that you got. But yeah, let's get into the second part, and then we'll get some thoughts on what I showed off so far. Hopefully, the rest of them aren't so dirty, but I wouldn't trust it because Barnes was in charge.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
Here we go with another pose. You can see she's actually putting the clip in for her gun. And we got her in an action pose with that gun with the clip in, that gun with the saw on the end, ready to go into battle. Now we're moving on. She's trying to get to her gun. She's trying to crawl away, showing a little bit of cake. And being sexy about it at the same time. I gotta say, this is a very nice figure, but it does lose a few points in the way of some of the loose articulation in this thing. The best that I can give this one is a 7.5 out of 10. And here we go with Torch, right out of the box. A lot of detailing went into this figure. The leather goods on him, the jacket, the boots, even the gun holsters, the gloves, everything. It was done very, very well. The jeans, excellent. Like, this thing looks fantastic. I think they did a lot of really good detailing, fine detailing work on this one. Maybe a good wash would have really brought all that out. Village guy, no. Biker from that time period, yes. And moving on, checking out some of the articulation. Plenty of movement up in those shoulders. Good bicep turn. And as always, the double jointed elbows. Very well done. Tommy, get your big fat hands out of the way. Movement down in the hands. Decent pivot, once again, usually for the weapons, for guns and everything else, and of course, Torch's big torch. The head movement is really good, but Tommy, being a dope, did not get it fully into camera, so you can kind of see the head moving around. Just terrible. The necklace is movable on its own, and the jacket it moves a little bit, not a whole lot. So now, of course, we're going to check out that waist movement. Tremendous amount of back movement in this one. I think this one does have that partial T cut and everything like that, so he gets some decent movement that way, but he also has a little bit of a diaphragm in there, so he gets a side-by-side action as well. I think this figure was done very, very nicely. Awesome kick up and kick back in this figure, and of course, it's got the turn at the top of the thigh, which, as always on these figures, is really tight right out of the box, but it does move. Double jointed knee, very good range of motion on that. And of course, you're going to have the turn at the shin. That's another thing they've been included on most of these figures, and the rock and pivot down in the feet.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Nice. Yeah, I was curious, where was she putting that clip?
Yeah. The problem is with a lot of these things, they really don't have the range of motion to really bend it back far enough to make it look like she was putting in the gun. So I just kind of did the best I could with it.
No, you had her on the floor with her legs wide open, and you said she's putting her clip in.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was one thing I want to talk about with that figure is those extremely long cuts that are in the joints in the legs. I think that looks really ugly the way they did it. And I've seen other figures that have just as much movement as her, and they're not that noticeable, because when you put her legs straight down, you could see those cuts at the top near the hips.
Yeah, I'd say it's also the drop down. Like, some of the way they designed these figures, they engineered them, should have been a little bit better. But for the most part, I think, like, she is miles better than Baroness. Baroness was a terrible, terrible figure.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. But yeah,
the torch one I really like too. I know some people had a problem with the look, but I thought it was really close to the original one, close enough, at least.
Yeah.
And his range of movement was really nice on it, except for the crunch forward. Like, I didn't get that. There was quite a few of those dreadnoughts did not have very good crunch forward, but they could lean way back.
Yeah. What's up, Adam?
Hey, what's up, gentlemen? Just finished up loading some videos and getting stuff ready at the last minute, because that's how we do it.
Pretty much, right?
Yep. That's why I'm a little late. I apologize. It just took forever for it to upload,
Yep.
And what's going on, Soul Assassin? Up in the house, them guinea pigs getting a little crazy with their review poses. I wonder if they resurrected Hugh Hefner to operate the camera. It's a good possibility. DJ Play Nice respectfully, almost apologetically. Magazine clip is a misnomer. Sorry for being one of those firearm term guys. Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just easier to say it that way for the common person. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's all good.
I mean, for what I showed off already, I mean, the rest of the torch winds up on part 3 and everything, where he starts showing off everything with his torch and everything. But what's there, I thought was pretty decent.
Yep. Yeah, he's a solid figure, man. I like most of these things. Like I said, they didn't get perfect scores, but they came pretty close to it, at least in my book. Because compared to what we've seen and what's out there right now, like these G.I. Joe Classifieds are some of the better figures on the market. You know.
Well, I know I gave Zorana a little bit lower of a score than you did, and that was because some of her joints, especially her butterfly joints, were really loose.
Yeah. That's going to vary from figure to figure, yeah.
And the pauldron, that pauldron not getting in the way of her arms going up really just kind of like, it irked me. It's a shame, too, because once again, the detailing in that figure and all the accessories she did come with, it was really nice. That was well done. It's just like always with Hasbro, it's those finer details that they're always missing. But, yeah, we're going to take a quick pause. Vinny is up. And, yeah, we're going to have a little bit more fun there. Guys, thank you. Everybody has already joined us. Everybody is joining in on the chat and posting their thoughts and everything. It is always greatly appreciated. You spend your time anywhere, but you chose to spend it here. Always appreciate it. Hey, everyone, if you want cheap DC Multiverse figures, Walmart now has them down to $5, including Action Comics 1000 Repaint Superman. Nice. Awesome.
Is that on their website or in? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was curious if that's on the website or in store.
Well, Walmart has prep toys, but if it's online, that's a good deal. That's how we got those Keatons.
Yeah, it was online. Well, I had to get a freaking refund on the one that I ordered. I still got to double check that, but yeah, because I ended up walking into. Oh wow. They never have them in the Walmart by me.
Yeah, same. Yeah. Darn it.
Yeah, my closest Walmart, I've talked about it before, and a few other people have posted pictures where their Walmarts have pretty much like axed most of their toy aisles. It's crazy. And then I've seen pictures from other people where they've got like 5 or 6 aisles worth of toys.
Tommy, is yours a super? See, I have a non-super Walmart. There is a difference.
I forget what the closest one is. I can't remember if it's a super Walmart or not, but I know one of the larger ones that I've found a lot more figures before. That's a super Walmart.
So that's what my problem is.
Usually they're stocked.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing like the Targets. You get the regular Targets and the super Targets, and there's this one super Target that's probably like 45 minutes away from us or so. That thing is stocked with figures that have been out for like 5-6 months. It's like, I think it's kind of out of the way. It's in one of those areas where I guess they don't have a lot of kids. So shit just tends to just sit there. Walmart is fired. All right, we're going to run a quick commercial break. And when we come back, Vinny has got something to show you. Guys, here goes a commercial break. Enjoy it. Toys from Bygone Eras.
I am your Professor Indy of the Guinea Pig Collective. Welcome to Toys from Bygone Eras.
Gaylord, you look kinda crazy, you move kinda lazy, see what he'll do. Gaylord, when you pull his leash, he'll walkity walk with you.
Gaylord the pup is full of tricks. Watch. Back up, Gaylord. Atta boy. Now climb, Gaylord. Up. Now fetch your bone. Got it. Good boy, Gaylord.
Gaylord, you look kinda crazy, you move kinda lazy, see what he'll do. Gaylord, when you pull his leash, he'll walkity walk with you.
Gaylord comes with a bone of his own. He's a wonderful toy. He's ideal.
Gaylord, when you pull his leash, he'll walkity walk with you.
It's a complete breakfast with
Blueberry.
Huh? Into the waves, Boo.
Bye bye. Frankenberry has strawberry flavored sweeties.
Count Chocula has chocolate sweeties.
And blueberry with blueberry flavored sweeties.
And here are the mini monsters. 5 monsters in all. You can trade them with friends and put on a show. 1 mini monster in specially marked boxes of the monster cereals.
Fascination, Remco's fascination. Fascination, the race to light the tower. Roll the balls and roll them fast. Hurry, hurry, don't be last. Fascination, Remco's fascination. What a fast and fascinating game.
Each player gets 2 completely different mazes. The first one to get through the maze with all 3 balls lights up the tower. It's fast. It's Fascination by Remco.
Remco Coney Island penny machine. Win a prize. Let's go in. Look at the wonderful prizes you can win. I'm going to win a watch for you. The penny in the slot, and look at the prizes go round and round. Bracelets, whistles, harmonica. This lever moves the bucket from side to side. This lever moves the bucket up and down. Here goes. You've almost got the watch. You've got it. Down the chute and out it comes. You just made it. The timer says finish. Kids, this is a toy you've got to have. Remco's Coney Island penny machine. Only $12.98 at your favorite toy store.
Thank you for joining us, and remember, if it's not being done by a pig, it's not worth watching.
I have to concur. The pig is right.
You see some of the stuff in the chat. Soul Assassin said he looked up that toy on Google and someone had it listed as a non-binary dog toy.
Non-binary dog.
People were easily entertained back in the day, to a degree. Non-binary means non-bi. Yeah, I hear you. Oh, I think I might have just shadow banned myself. No, don't do that. That's horrible. Once you're shadow banned, you never come back. Vinnie, you back? I could see you. I could see you.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Yeah. I didn't realize it was muted. Is it the damn thing every time that you play a clip?
Yeah, it mutes us.
Yeah.
Well, because I'm having such problems. I'm having such problems with the internet tonight, Vinnie. And I'm still uploading. It's probably causing problems since it's running off.
They need to
my
fix
fucking
StreamYards. Yeah, they need
to fix the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying I think that kid was a pickpocket. How did he get those watches to begin with? You know, I think that kid was down in Coney Island. Going through people's stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder. Yeah, because I can't imagine that game came with all that stuff.
No, that kid is a thief. You saw him with his suit on and everything. Yeah, you gotta get this. This is a great toys, I tell you. You know, he's a little little son of a bitch criminal. That's what he is. I'm just saying, we gotta find him and have interviews with these people. You know.
Oh, you said the name of the dog and the post it and show up. Really, YouTube? Really? There's such freaking twats on YouTube. Wow. I swear. YouTube, I'm saying it for probably the millionth time at this point. You can kiss my fuzzy ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
So hate them sons of bitches.
Yeah.
This is Dad's Rolex.
Oh, shit. So, yeah, I got a couple of kind of crazy things that I saw. This was a while ago. I forgot I even had it on my phone, so I uploaded it. It was fun. I'll probably mute that. I don't know. This because we're on a stream, so it's probably not good if I play that one. But apparently they're okay with, like, if you play a little bit of music on a short that's only a minute. But yeah, I thought these were kind of neat. I was at the mall, and I've never seen these before. I think they're like little piggy banks. It was kind of cool. But yeah, I thought maybe Trina would probably like those, especially the Chucky and the Wonder Woman. But yeah, she's not on panel tonight. But yeah, this was a pretty cool looking thing. I like how they're styled. You know, kind of neat.
Yeah, it's got that chibi look to them.
Yeah, kind of. And then I saw this one over in a Ross, I believe it was. Yeah, those look pretty nice. Because I believe the figure itself is also die cast.
Yeah, so most of the ones that they do, that's Jada, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that would be die cast then, because I have a few of the GI Joe ones, and they're die cast.
Yeah, this was nice. I thought it was pretty damn cool. I wonder why they chose that the '93 Mazda for this. That was interesting. An interesting choice, I'd say.
Maybe they had a bunch of '93 Mazdas left over from something they did previously and just recolored it and put it in with her.
I think it'd be funny if it's the car they beat up.
Yeah, that would have been great. Well, those cars are pretty shitty.
Right. But you know what I mean? Like beat the body style, but you know, fancied at least on one. That would be hilarious.
Maybe that's when that arcade actually came out. This version was it '93? Maybe that's it. That makes sense. Yeah. I know Cammy has one as well. Yeah, they did a couple of them, but in this story, all they had was the Chun-Li one, which is still really nice. That does look pretty cool. I just finished with my workout. Why do I have an ad there? Cool. This is this one I spotted as well. This is a remote control car. I was really tempted with this, but I mean, it's kind of big. And I don't know if I needed it, but it's the tumbler.
That's what she said.
Of course you need it.
I was tempted. This thing looks so damn cool. But yeah, it was $20, originally 60. But I'm not familiar with like this type of RC car. But apparently it could even go on grass.
Huh.
So
where was this at?
Ross.
At Ross. I have one of those. I might have to go look.
Yeah, you gotta take a look.
Because my yard, that looks like that might be fun.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Because the wheels are so big that it makes sense it could go on all those kind of terrains. So pretty cool, man. Ultimate outdoor performance, it says.
Dude, I've got a few RCs, man. They're usually fantastic. Most of them, like the Godzilla. I still got my old school General Lee RC in the back. Big sucker too. Those things are so much fun. It's only 20. I would have definitely picked it up. DJ Play Nice also comes in with Five Below. Just did a big seasonal turnaround in this area. Some cool stuff just dropped price.
Ooh, nice. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I don't know. I had a weird advertisement in the middle of those. Yeah, I didn't upload that. This is a family show. Oh shit. Yeah, who knows if I'm gonna get another commercial when I scroll down to the next thing, but yeah, this was actually pretty damn sweet. I don't know, but if they have this next time, I might pull the trigger.
This thing could go on.
I don't know. These things are fun, but like I said, it's big. I have no fucking room.
Well, I tell you what, you can just pick it up for me. You can play with it, and then when you're done reviewing it for the channel, then I'll pay you for the toy and then the shipping. There you go.
All right, I'll check it out if they still have it.
That sounds like a win-win to me, Vinny.
Yeah, I mean, because dude, I want to play with that in my woods, bro.
This thing looks freaking awesome. Yeah, we might have to do that. But so there you go. They only had the one in there as well, so next time I go, I'll take another look. Pretty neat stuff right there. And then I don't know, I saw this over at Hobby Lobby. I wanted to just take a quick look at the paints and stuff. I'm like, oh, this is kind of fun. And I thought maybe Chris or Monotony would have funny commentary on this. But, they like monkeys. But
how did you get a statue of me playing video games? This is pretty
right? I was gonna say this. I better stop what I was gonna say.
I was gonna say either that or Chris Fisk after a long night of gaming, maybe he kind of gets that sunken face going. What's going on? Dark Side is Comics. What up, Marinus?
Hey, what's up, buddy? Because Marinus, we should have him on tomorrow night for the 5 o'clock stream. He's got a new project and everything, so we'll push some of his awesome stuff out there and talk about some more crazy stuff that's going on, including Assassin's Creed and some stuff that they're finding in Egypt. Some interesting things, not just the political shit, but we'll jump around.
What's up? Also, the Iceman Modeler in the house. Man,
What's
we're
up,
catching the guys normally we miss because of the freaking time zone.
Yeah. It's amazing. What are you guys doing up so late? This is crazy. Or is it early morning now for you guys?
Dave, that girl had turntables. Oh, no. It's horrible.
I was going to say a joke about the new Assassin's Creed game, but I stopped myself. I heard that they're suing people. Oh, shit. But, it's just, I'll show you, might as well play this too. This is, I'm inking up one of my pages right now, Digital Inks.
Vinnieart.
So, like I said, man, City of Venus too, folks. Like I said, I'm working on the last, the last third of the book, where all the pencils and inks right now. And, it's going to be awesome. I'll probably show you another thing right before we end, or maybe for tomorrow. But, great details coming. Awesome project. Look, see, we got another commercial out of nowhere.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
And this was awesome. So I went to, I think it was Five and Below, one of those stores. Yeah, I think it was Five and Below, and I found this Ren and Stimpy set.
And I just found this at Five and Below the other day. Ren and Stimpy from Nickelodeon. So again, for $5, yeah, you can't really go wrong with this. $2.50 a figure.
Dude, we still have a few in the back. Do you remember the action ones they used to have?
Yeah, like I said,
maybe you moved Ren's or Stimpy's arm and his mouth would open up and stuff. We still have a few of them.
Oh, nice.
Where
did Stimpy was the bomb?
The thing fell out of my ear. What did you say?
One of the directors, Bob Camp.
No, I was saying we still have a few of the older ones, the older figures that had like the action features and everything. We still have a few in the back.
Nice. Yeah, all that old stuff is it's worth something, I believe, because of everything that's kind of attached to this this franchise here. But I'm friends with one of the animators and the guy who took over and finished them off, Bob Camp. Awesome guy. He's hilarious. I don't like his political views, but he's an awesome dude, funny as hell. Really great guy. I have some original artwork he's given me as well, which is really cool. But so I had to show this because, again, these characters, I mean, we grew up on this stuff. It was funny, it was gross, it was crazy. Yes, I know John K. is a massive piece of excrement, but these characters were awesome. A lot of fun.
Powdered toast man, baby.
You right?
No, sir. I didn't like it.
Yeah, and the horse.
Stimpy, you idiot! You ate my ice cream bar.
What's with you, man? But these were awesome. So a little bit of nostalgia, and for $5, you can't go wrong with that. It's like $2.50 a figure. Pretty nice. I'm probably keeping them in package because I think they look great.
Those type of things are always great wall hangers.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. So there you go. Those are the shorts for this week. But I got 2 figure reviews as well. But we'll give Adam a little time to shine as well.
All right. I am sharing. Sorry, I got to get my screen down so I can get to it.
It's all good.
So this is
real quick. Iceman, have a good night.
Yeah,
man. Have a great one.
And, great night, man.
Look at that stinky Whizzle sticks.
Okay, hello.
But yeah, so here's from last week, and we're gonna have a little fun with this week's. But yeah, just there was the second fire that just kept on going.
Don't bring your toys.
This real quick. I was asked by my wife the oddest question. Now I know you two can see the cars. Is there any question that pops in your mind when you see the cars parked the way they are?
Yeah, how is the driver going to get in?
Okay,
into the white.
So
one.
my wife asked, "How did I get out of the Prius?" And I'm like, "I parked the Prius first." So yeah, that was I left that in the in the group chat the one day, and then I meant to do all that, and I forgot. But that's because that's how close they are. Because again, I walk on the left side, and then the gym is all the way to the right. But anyway, it's But yeah, here is a walk around of this in the sun. It's a little dirty, but since you were showing off the Batmobile, I'm going to show off my actual Decepticon Scion.
It's a Decepticon?
Why, yes, it is.
Nice. Where's the logo?
It's even got a hand.
Oh shit! You got a hand coming out of your car.
Yeah, I stuck it in there because it was a nice day, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have fun and do some videos for the show. So, and again, this is it kind of closed up, and I put the hand in there because it's the extra mannequin hand that I have. And it's just being silly on a sunny day. And then you see this thing coming.
Were you Mad Maxing it as well? I feel sorry for your neighbors and anyone on the road with you. He's probably got a gun in one hand.
Well, I mean, I did have with the cars that had the sunroofs, the Joker mannequin behind me with a pellet gun sniper rifle, and we took pictures, and they all thought it was cool. Even the photographer for the school thought it was cool, but he's like, "Yeah, we can't use that." I'm like, "Well, what if we put a little flag in it that says bang?" And he said no.
I did see the Decepticon logo on the front.
Yeah. That's the one that you can see for now. I was gonna put one in with the carbon fiber door, but I haven't got. A lot of this is about to change. Hopefully, I'll get the roof done and it'll have the carbon fiber look. The front tire, as you can see, sticks out a lot further because that's just the way. I only got the fronts on and done. But yeah, it's just a whole lot of fun to have a life-sized transformer.
Nice. So you totally customize the shit out of these, huh?
Yeah, and I haven't even done much work on the body yet. I wanted to do a body kit, but I'm not going. It's just too much money anymore. And it's a real carbon fiber hood, but I did the plasti dip on it that was multicolored and then gold clear. And it's just fun, man. There it is with the hood popped.
Nice.
As a GIF, I guess, because it's wiggling. But yeah, strut bar, short, cold air intake. Everything's just been kind of customized here and there. And then this. I sent this to Tommy because I ordered a case, and this is what we got a few of that we could save.
Solus it says quick to the showmobile.
Right. And then, there was from St. Patty's Day. We were wishing everybody happy St. Patty's Day, and that's with the dogs.
Nice.
And then, look, it's Frank. It's an Irish Frank.
Awesome.
And then, Tommy, you said you still have yours, but I saw this and it made me laugh.
Yeah, I'm surprised NECA is actually doing it the same way.
Yeah.
Interesting. That means, the jaws are going to slam shut at some point.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
And this made me giggle.
Yeah, me too. That was awesome. They should do that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it would be perfect. All right, so let's get to there we go. There's an original by me.
No, it's actually by me.
Yes. I just put them together, though. I thought they looked really good like that,
Oh, yeah.
So, and then with the lighting, of course, just different shots that I've done with things you've seen, but, you haven't really ever seen the full office in light with. And there you go. There's both Jameson barrels with Vinnieart in them. Imagine that.
Awesome, man.
Wonder how that happened. Cool. Beautiful. But yeah, just kind of figured it'd be fun to blind you with the sun. Then we go to the tattoo. Because there's the teeth, and the tattoo matches the teeth, man. Funny enough, when you look at it, he had caught that and had it in there before mine broke. And then the beautiful fires and the beautiful sunsets, that's just the Bob Ross in me.
Nice.
But yeah, it's we had the snow today, which great. And there we go. That's what we were looking for. So yeah, I've got it with the black lights going and the green, because the Joker office should be purple and green, correct?
Yeah, I would say so. Dude, awesome. Yeah, your setup is killer.
Yep. And like I said, this is the stuff I was working on and uploading, and I do apologize for running a little bit late, but I am running on like a 2013 iMac. But yeah, this is just my room in the office and chill. And my favorite is the Batman here with the Joker behind that and then again we've got your Bane, and again this is the art book, which you should get from Vinnie if you want some of these cool pieces.
I agree, man. I agree.
But yeah, just having fun setting stuff up so I could have something new for the show and the stream. It's just so it's not as boring
Yeah.
as always.
Dude,
I've got
that's
a couple figures to show too, but like I
Mhm.
said, I just wanted to really share with everybody this is the collage and the stuff that I do to have fun, and then to get to come on here and share it. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, this right here. I mean, this. I put this in my head, you know, and it worked. I mean, they're holding up your books because those are
Yeah.
all your books.
That's killer, man.
And with the silly scarecrow and the bang, I mean, it just for me it worked. Like I was like, this just looks cool,
I think it does.
you know. And then you go to the wonderful Supermen that are holding Lex Luthor. I can't help but laugh, man. And this is just the stuff I get to do and show off with my friends, along with the Batman collection.
Beautiful.
And,
Yeah,
you know,
I found one. I was looking for. I did find one of those pain in the ass figures.
it's my favorite part right there. Look, you snuck in there, Vinny.
Oh yeah.
Shadow the Kraken.
Shadow the Kraken. Took me a minute to see that.
But no, I mean, like I added that back there with the Joker, and then the lighting, and just you know taking a couple different shots of everything.
Yeah, dude, very killer.
It's fun to do different stuff with the office. There's not much to do, you know, other than the things I've added. But yeah, it's just one of those really cool things, and I always have fun sharing this stuff with everybody. And
Hell yeah,
you know, it's just what we do, right? I mean, we're having fun. That's the whole point.
Yeah, I'd say so, man. What's up, Decepticon? Good seeing you.
What
bro.
up, Decepticon?
Oh yeah.
So the pig was fortunate.
Uh-huh.
So the rest, it actually did upload this time. So I've got
Beautiful.
the rest of my clips ready to go finally.
Very cool.
So I think I'm gonna get back into these classified dreadnoughts because overall I give my thoughts about it at the end. But I mean, most of these still look good, and we can get in discussion about that crystal ball character at the end because I don't recall him being a dreadnought. But here we go with part 3 for the classified dreadnoughts.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
And of course, we're going to check out Torch with his accessories. Here he goes with his 2 pistols and a little bit of an action pose. And you can put both of those pistols into his holsters on the side. And you can see Torch has just enough movement to make it look like he's actually putting that second pistol into the holster. Not bad. I like when you can be able to get stuff like that going on with these figures because not all of them have the range of movement to be able to pull that off. And here we go with Torch with his signature weapon. Got his flamethrower in startup mode. Yes, there are a few different fire pieces that you can put on the end of this torch. And of course, you can put a light source under there to make those pieces light up. One of the other flame effects he has is this one. Nice big shooting fireball effect coming out of that torch. This one really needed no extra light source, but you can kind of put it under, but it's so thick and chunky, and because it really brings the light on, you don't need a light source for this one. It's pretty well done. And the last one, the big flame with the fire coming down the side. Very nice figure. I would definitely say this one is a 9 out of 10. And now we are taking a look at Noghide right out of the box. Very nice looking figure. Looks very much like the original one. A few extra new details on this one the original one didn't have, but I don't mind it. This is a reinterpretation of those classic figures. Here he goes with his big giant rifle, and this thing has tons of accessories to go with it. So you can see there he goes. It's got the tripod. It's got the barrel extension on there. The clip does come out as well, and there's a scope on top of this thing, turning it into a really nice sniper rifle. Love the way that thing looks. I love all the attachments that they have on it that can actually come off. Very well done. Here he goes with his wrist-mounted machete. Classic look with his hat as well. The one problem here is this machete is all warped up. Even though they've changed the packaging, it should be better. The way they designed the packaging for this machete caused it to get all warped the hell up. And here we go with Naugahyde with 2 combat knives and his hat, classic look. And both of those combat knives can store away onto the figure.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Yeah, those figures are awesome.
I mean, there were still a few problems with Naugahyde, and it was mostly involved the weapons, like the bent up machete, the really cheap compound bow that they created for him. It's like, feels like it's just a solid rubber piece, like soft rubber too. Like that, that was kind of shitty. Yep. But there's more to come with him. Real quick, stop and say hello to Curtis. What's up, Curtis, man?
What's up, man?
Curtis was looking at a vet, apparently. It's a steal. Is it a steal, though? Because you better make sure and check that title. Could be hot.
Right?
3,900 for an 89 vet. Hey, good luck with that, man. I hope you get it, man. Always a pleasure to see you, Curtis, man. Yeah. Curtis, you are awesome. Always appreciate seeing you here.
Vets are amazing. I love those cars.
9 pigs out of 10, 10 dragons, 10 goats, 10 ducks, and 5 chickens. And chickens are at a premium, people. 5 chickens is as good as 20 at this point.
Yeah, this is true. Well, the price is starting to come down a bit.
He's not long.
I hear.
Hey, what's up, Krish? TWTG content in the house. What's up, buddy, man? Hope you're doing well. Manliness and motivation also in the house. What's up?
What's up?
Showed a picture of Sydney Sweeney. It won't be soft rubber. Oh.
It'll correct it.
But yeah, let's get on to the next part of the Dreadnoks. And then, of course, the last one is when we do all the figures together at the end. Yeah, so far, I wasn't overly depressed with some of the problems that the Dreadnoks had. Like Zorana had a few issues. Torch had a couple, and Naga had a few, mostly with the weapons and everything. So let's see how the rest of Naugahyde fares, and then we'll be getting into Road Pig after him.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
Also comes with its compound bow, the quiver case right there. The compound bow is shit. It is soft rubber, and it feels like it's just going to pull apart. And he's got 1 arrow already knocked up in that bow. And that arrow can turn around and store onto the quiver that fits on his back. He also comes with this nice sniper rifle case. Put it all in there, snap together. You can put it on his back. And here we go with Naugahyde with Pork Belly, his boar, and Yobo, his monkey. Not bad looking at all. The original figure did come with the boar, but of course did not come with this monkey. The monkey is a static figure, very difficult to purchase one up on his shoulders. You can manage it. They really didn't figure out that design very well. There could have been a better way so you could perch him, but the detailing of this thing is really nice. The camera just wasn't picking it up very well. But nice little additional figure. Nice little additional figure for this one. Now we're going to take a look at Pork Belly. This one is done very well, like a lot of the other animal figures that G.I. Joe has done, whether it was Snake Eyes or some of the other ones like Road Pig, which we'll be getting into shortly. But there you go. Plenty of movement in the legs right there. They flare out. He's got nice little movements down in what would be the elbow area, I guess, or knee area, and of course down at his little hooves. Got some good turn in the head and can look up quite a bit, even with the mane, and look down a decent amount. Also has a nice diaphragm cut right there. And all the articulation that are in the front legs are in the back legs, as well as a tail swish. Overall, I got to say this Naugahyde set with all his animals is a very solid figure. We will give this one an 8 out of 10.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
That's pretty fair, I'd say.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, even with the problem with the weapons, I think that was a more than fair.
Yep. I had the same issue with that stupid machete.
it was all warped. But yeah, I don't understand why they did the packaging the way they did, where it's got to go under and then back up, and it just warped. And they did it with a bunch of the figures since then. It's so stupid.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Tolbat?
What up, Tolbat? Tolbat's in the house, man. It was good to see you. Stieg also in the house. What's up, Stieg? Good to see you as well.
Oh yeah,
bacon. Well, this is getting sexual. You should have seen the stuff earlier that Barnes is doing. Barnes has been a naughty pig this week. But we're going to get into our last clip for the Dreadnoks right here. And yeah, man, we're going to get into Road Pig and then the big show off of all the Dreadnoks together. Had a blast setting these things up. Guys, I hope you enjoy this. Here we go. Last part for the Dreadnoks.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
And here we go with Road Pig. Right out of the box. Very chunky figure. Very big. Actually the look is actually based on the old wrestler Dino Bravo. Most people missed that, but plenty of detailing in this one. Some things that carried over from the original figure, like the anarchy symbol. Other things didn't, like the tattoo on his stomach, and somebody got tattoos. I don't mind it. He's supposed to be a biker. A little additional on there I don't think is bad, but all the detailing that he has in the clothes, the arrows, as well as his wrist-mounted crossbow. Very nice carryovers from the original figure. He also comes with this little breather mask that sits on. You do have to pull the head off to get that damn thing on. But checking out some of that articulation in there, not bad. Not bad at all. Got a good waist turn right there, but here's where he's got a problem. Goes back, does not crunch forward at all, and the center of that diaphragm is a little bit on the loose side and just wants to keep leaning back instead of going forward and standing straight up. A little bit of a miss right there. It's one of the only really big takeaways on this figure. Road Pig also has this secondary mask head. You pop the other one off and put this thing on, big giant pig. And, of course, his classic cinder block sledgehammer. Road Pig also comes with this new additional hammer. So it's got a meat tenderizer on one side. You spin it around, and it's got a big giant boar head on the other side. Double handle on there, a double hand handle, and you can get both hands onto it. Very nice looking new accessory. Of course, he comes with his dog, Raucous, another well-done animal companion figure for a G.I. Joe classified character. Last but not least, he comes with this hook, he comes with that big shield, and Raucous has plenty of movement in him, and he does have that secondary face. Road Pig has a few problems, and once again is not a stellar winner, but I can say that this figure is decent, and he still comes in out of an 8 out of 10, even with all the problems he does have. And here we go with all our Dreadnoks posing together. I think these guys look incredible. If you are a G.I. Joe fan and a Dreadnok fan, these things do hit the spot. Even though some of them have shortcomings, they all look incredible. Of course, we got Zartan right there hanging out on the Junkion. I think it works. Xandar is already, I think he's out, or he might be coming out soon. And they have Crystal Ball, which I don't remember being a Dreadnok. And Monkey Wrench has been slated for release as well.
He never gives up, he'll stay till the fight's won. G.I. Joe will dare. G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe.
I like the crossover.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, Tommy he sent me those over earlier, but yeah, that's a killer setup. But yeah, that Dino Bravo figure. Yeah, did they take him out in the show as well the same way? I don't think it was Mafia, but I did hear that Duke is half Italian. I think he made some calls. Well, he is. I mean, his brother there, the Falcon, he's a Guinea. It's his half brother on his mother's side.
Hey, what's the matter for you?
That's it, Duke. I knew I liked Duke. He was he's one of the tribe. No, that's a killer figure. I did see someone did a really good mod. They did split his torso and they dremelled out like the front part. And seeing that thing with the proper range of motion, I just want to strangle.
So they dremelled out the midsection.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
You had to take a little bit, I think, out of the front. I think he took a little bit out of the back as well, and you get the full amount of articulation now.
I don't even see why you would need to take anything out of the back. I mean, the back moves really well. I would just imagine it's just the front that's probably hanging it up. But that was like the biggest takeaway from him. The other small takeaway, and I really didn't discuss it, was that hook piece. It doesn't fit in his hand at all. I don't know if you had the same problem. I could not get that damn thing in his hand. And it's the same thing with the shield. It was very difficult to get his hand wrapped around that shield.
Which I believe the shield is on the wrong side. It's supposed to go on his left. So like they glued the handle in the wrong spot.
Yep.
They put it on the wrong side. But I think that was also the problem with Shockwave. They just reused the same shit without fixing it. Because it's crap, bro.
Yeah, I want to thank Curtis for dropping links out there. I see he's already dropping links. The Hound Dog. Flat butt. Are you talking about Road Pig? Come on, Curtis. You're not supposed to be looking at a guy's ass. What are you doing? You're supposed to be looking at Zorana's in the big shot. But no, I had a lot of fun messing with them. I was going to pull out more Junkions, but as I put one bike up on the table for the big wide group shot, I was like, there's no way I can put 3 bikes up on here and get all these figures and not cover them up. So I had to stick with just Zartan. And yeah, that was what was originally the Walmart exclusive Zartan. They came with the blue instead of the black armor plates, which I like the blue a lot more.
Yeah, I gave you the heads up on that one.
Yeah, I was looking everywhere for that because all the Walmarts, scalpers, they sell out immediately. They buy everything up and then charge like $90 some odd for a $25 figure.
Yeah, we got lucky finding someone on eBay who didn't really know what the hell they had.
Stig, what is wrong with you? He's got this fascination with swamp ass. He likes women with like old sweaty butts that don't wash. Well, Zorana does live in a swamp. It might be right up your alley. So one of the things I did mention towards the end is that they did already say they got Monkey Wrench is going to be slated for release. That's really cool. He was part of that original crew in the cartoon. So it's nice that they're doing that. They still have Thrasher to do. They still have Zanzibar to do as well. But Crystal Ball, we were talking about this once before. I still do not recall him ever being a Dreadnought. I think the accessories and everything we talked about look really cool, but was he supposed to be the Mystic?
I honestly don't know. I had that figure when I was a kid, and from what I recall, he came with like one of those Secret Wars shield, the hologram.
Yeah, the lenticular shields. Yeah, Slasher and I were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, he came with that. That I remember, but I don't recall much else about the figure. I think he came out around the same time as that Raptor character.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there 1986. I got a picture of it, so I'll pull that up. Come on, are you coming up or not? I can never tell with this damn internet.
That's what she said.
There we go. It doesn't say. It just says Cobra Hypnotist.
Yeah. Unless maybe he popped up in a cartoon and he dealt with them, and they just went, "Oh yeah, he's a Dreadnought."
Look at the back on his card, Tommy. See how good the back card. Yeah.
Cobra Hypnotist.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Cobra Hypnotist. That's it.
Anything else in
yeah,
that
I
bio?
didn't think he was part of it. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah. Oh,
because if he was a Dreadnought, it would say right down here instead of the Cobra insignia.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Insignia, it would have had the Dreadnought.
That's why I asked about the back picture because it should be, because you can pull up one of the other ones to show them, so they know what we're talking about.
Oh, is he one of the ones in the mail away for the refrigerator?
Yeah, the refrigerator Perry, which we have that one in the back. I think.
Awesome.
Oh, no kidding.
The original. You think they would do that? They cut a deal and make him into a classified.
That'd be nice.
They were pretty
Possibly.
sweet.
It's possibly.
Get him and Slaughter together. That'd be awesome.
They were pretty badass.
The slights, the insults coming in from every angle. I am stricken. Picked up Star-Lord this week. Nice. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that manliness, especially like for myself. Like right now, if I can't find something dirt cheap with the way finances have been, it's carryover from last year. It's like, ugh. And I'm running out of things to sell. I mean, I'm looking left and right for more things to sell, and it's not getting easier.
No, it's not.
So, you were asking about the old G.I. Joe figures. So let me see if I can pull Buzzer up, because Buzzer should have had it. See
By
if
the
I
way,
can find one that
manliness,
card back.
which Star-Lord? Because I think they released like a couple different versions of him.
Yeah, I was right.
What's that?
So if it was Dreadnought, it would not only have it on the front.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you see that? Did it come up?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so right there at the top, Dreadnought's the enemy.
Okay.
And then when you look at the back, it says the enemy.
Ah, nice. Yeah, see, I miss when they put all the figures like that in the back.
And when you got the vehicles, you would get the little booklets with a checklist on it. Transformers did it. Even Turtles did it.
Yeah. There was some cool stuff. I miss those days.
Outback is the only one who matters. He is top of the line.
He's a great character.
Yeah, manliness. Yeah. There was Ollie's. I remember had a bunch of his tanks, but I think they were for the 3 3/4 figures. Yeah, obviously, because they're not going to have those big giant ones in an Ollie's. But yeah, they had the 3 3/4 inch his tanks. At the time, ETEP over there, at Wrestling with Horror, and like he wanted a few more, and I was able to snag a few for him at a local Ollie's, like dirt cheap too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lucky dog.
Yeah, Curtis, thank you again for sharing everybody's links, man. Greatly appreciate it. Decepticon. So I'm going to Dallas Comic Con. Mr. T will be there. Dolph Lundgren. I don't know if I spell that right. Don't matter. The chick from Naked Gun and the cast of Back to the Future 40-year anniversary. Very
Priscilla
nice.
Presley, Elvis's wife, the widow. Whatever. I think she was at a show that I was at recently.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jesus, you guys. G.I. Joe was in Punch Out before he went to the Army. Yep, that's the his tank you got. Yeah, that was dirt cheap in Ollie's. Like, yeah, guys, if you were looking for discount toys, go to Ross, go to Ollie's, and I found out from Vinnie, go to Burlington Coat Factory. I know that sounds odd, but they have a toy aisle in there, and the shit is clearance, man.
Yeah,
get some good prices on shit. If you can, why not?
Yeah, that's if they have anything good. It's pretty rare.
Creation of Stephen King's son who was a kid. Ah, Jesus.
What?
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I guess they just want to throw Dreadnought on it because the Dreadnoughts have been selling pretty well.
Yeah.
So, let's just throw Dreadnought on this and we'll make him the Dreadnought Mystic. Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
that sounds like a Hasbro thing.
That's about right.
Yeah, see, I was on the fence of whether I was even going to bother with that figure, but after going back over the old stuff, knowing that he's not a Dreadnought, like if I see it in passing at a cheap price, maybe.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm not going out of my way to look for it.
Oh yeah,
give us Thrasher, give us Zanzibar, Monkey Wrench on the way, Xandar. I don't know if they've released him yet, but I know he was on the way. Those are what I want.
By the way,
less about new named ones suddenly becoming part of it.
Yeah, and Crystal Ball, he's that figure he already sold out anyway. Off a Hasbro site and everywhere else, it looked like, which is crazy. I didn't think he was that popular a character, but I think it's because of all those, all those effects and stuff. I think that's why. Because he does, his accessories are pretty badass.
Plus, now the collectors that think they have to get everything, that don't understand he wasn't even a Dreadnought to begin with. But That's okay.
Yeah, but if they put it on the packaging, and it's the same thing I said with a lot of the Star Wars stuff that's absolutely trash. And I know there's people out there who've seen some of the trash that freaking Ollie's has in abundance. I know Vinnie finally seen what I was talking about with the Shang-Chi and all the Star Wars figures rotting.
I saw it like 6 months ago when the last time I was in that area, and I went, I'm like, oh my god, it's all the Star Wars shit and all Shang-Chi. That's what's clogging up all those aisles right now.
You know it's bad when they can't even get rid of it at cost.
Oh yeah, they're gonna melt all that shit down.
Never do, Chaos. Never have. No remorse. No remorse. No regrets. We don't care what it meant. No regrets. Yeah, Manly, he says I have a local store that gets clearance stuff. I got the Mr. T Funko from WrestleMania 1 there. Nice.
Oh, sweet.
I don't really care much for Funko, but it's not to say that they don't make some things that look neat. It's just not something I normally would collect.
Yeah, gotcha.
50 Brutus Beefcake figures. I'll never get rid of them.
Going in the EP landfill, babe.
Right? Even if he came in and bought them all so he could sign them at conventions, he still won't be able to move them. Maybe Hulk Hogan could help him move them.
Right? Yeah, I wish I would have had a lot. I wish I would have had a lot more to show. I did have stuff like in the bullpen ready to go, but unfortunately ran out of time for uploading and everything. I do have an older holdover from a couple of weeks ago, unless you got something else, Vinny.
Oh, yeah. No, I told you. I got 2 figure reviews.
Okay. By all means, take it away.
Sure. Just give me just a second here.
Chaos, the older stuff. Some of the older things aren't too bad.
Yeah.
Some of the classic figures like Return of the Jedi and some of the old Marvel figures that they were doing, those are kind of cool. But
yeah, I know. Yeah, Steve is picking up a lot of the Star Wars stuff that he liked, like the original shit. And I know they just released it, like Luke from the first movie in the farm outfit there, the white.
Mm-hmm.
Like they made one where he actually has because the original figure had the soft goods shirt part, and now they made it like all solid. But yeah, here is that crusty I've been meaning to show. So again,
nice.
I'm not getting a full collection, so stop it. But here.
Hello everyone, this is Vinnieart Mella. I'm a formerly designer McFarlane Toys and also a comic book creator. And today I am showcasing Krusty the Clown from the Simpsons figure line. This is from Jack's Pacific, I believe. And yeah, I'm not getting a ton of them. This is probably it. I might get one other, but yeah, I got the main characters that I like: Homer and Krusty, which is pretty much like the same body, because the character itself is actually supposed to be Homer, and they changed it last minute. But anyway, yeah, there's some of the other characters on the box that are in this wave. We got some more artwork up here on the side. So all in all, pretty cool. Let's open them up. So here is Krusty out of the box. Let me show you his accessory first, which is his microphone with the stand, and this is removable. So that's pretty cool. And let's take a quick look at Krusty.
Oh, I agree. They definitely need alternate heads, and they need ball joints for the neck. Because that alone would add so much more to these figures, because there's a lot of good articulation in them for the size that they are and how they're kind of designed. I agree. Yeah, an alternate head would have been awesome for these.
Again, beautifully sculpted.
Yes, Ezio is, that's your true Assassin's Creed right there. Yeah. Oh, don't worry, Chaos. We'll talk about that tomorrow, because there's some funny shit.
Hey, I like 3 with Connor.
Yeah, 3. I mean, those original games were good. The pirate one, I loved Ezio's story, but the pirate one, that one really, man, I think that's the only one I played like 3 or 4 times over. Yeah, I love that one. That was incredible because it was more of a pirate game, just that had some Assassin's Creed elements. But yeah, sorry. Back to the Jewish clown here for manliness.
Nice articulation on something like this. So he does have swivel. I wish it was a ball joint. That would have been a lot better. I don't know why they didn't. Pretty good shoulder joints here for what they have. He has a rotation there, bicep cut, hinge for the hand, which is very nice.
It does go all the way around. Splits are pretty good. He's got pretty good knee bend. And he does have full, like it's like a ball joint, but because of the cuff of the pants, it doesn't go all the way. Here's how he compares with Homer, the only other figure I have in this wave. And again, they look awesome together. Again, pretty much like the same body. I'm sure like they, we have some reuse like on the arms, the upper leg, crotch area, all that. Yeah, I think they used the same computer file, and then they just kind of, they tweaked it and added to it like the hair and the bow tie and, changed the feet and the bottom part of the pants and whatnot. But yeah, pretty good stuff here. They look great. Awesome figure, awesome character. Happy I got these two. And if that's all I get, that's fine. Like I said, I might get one or two more, but I doubt it. It really depends on who the character is and if they look awesome.
I'm calling lies right now.
Special ones.
It starts with 1 or 2. Next thing you know,
I'm saying it right. I said it right here. I said I kind of like the special ones, like the Homer with the Hulk paint job on them.
They're gonna re-release Treehouse of Horror, and then you're gonna be so invested. It's the whole line. The next thing you know, you're gonna have the freaking play sets. You'd be looking for donut shops. It's gonna be the whole 9.
No, I have no room or money for it, so nope. I don't know. These are cool though. Hope you like the review. Remember to hit like and subscribe.
Hey.
So there you go.
Well, if you get rid of that medieval spawn, you'll have plenty of room for the.
Yeah, suck a dick. Oh shit, man. Yeah, that's the one amazing figure that guy's released, man. Regarding his own properties. But yeah, that's my damn shield on that medieval. Yeah, I seen some comic shops are selling them for like $400, $500. Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't realize those things were going that expensive, but yeah, good stuff though all around. What did I saw some comments before? Yeah, dude, the Assassin's Creed Syndicate, there was some fun things in there. The Egyptian one, absolutely love that. I thought that was incredible, and you could walk through and just if you want to learn the history of it, there's like a whole section in there. You could do that as well. But yeah, we'll talk about some of that tomorrow. The stuff with Egypt that would actually happen. Because they used new technology and shit to show even more of what's underneath the pyramids. But yeah, that's for tomorrow.
It's funny stuff too. Like how far it goes back if you start researching. Like they've known about it for years.
Oh yeah, well yeah. Nikola Tesla he talked about it too, and he thought that the pyramids were like an energy conduit thing. So yeah, we'll get into that tomorrow. I mean, it's always fun to have those kind of conversations and stuff too.
And what's up, CJH?
What's up, man? Yeah. There were some pretty damn good Spider-Man figures. There should be another one.
Just to taunt you real quick. So Chaos DONUT. You know you want to get more.
Don't. Homer came with a box of donuts, not just the one that he had in his hand. But yeah, no, there are some nice ones, and there are characters that I passed on that I actually really like. I'm like, no, I don't need these. I don't need them. The Hulk one did look pretty good, but it was the Homer one. He comes with like the kiddie pool that he's standing in. I saw that over at GameStop. It was the only place where I saw that type of stuff.
That Hulk one looked hilarious.
It did. It has a button on the back too, like so he could shake and rage. Is what it looked like. And yeah, they had Mr. Burns as Dracula as well with the coffin, and he springs out of the coffin. There's like a mechanism in there, which I thought was pretty cool.
Just for Tommy, since he loves Pop so much, I figured I'd throw mine on the screen.
Hey, that Juggernaut one's pretty damn sweet.
Hey man, for a bobblehead on top of it, and it's one of those, it made me giggle and laugh, and it was $1.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that. All right, I'll show my last one too here. What we got? This is a full.
Oh yeah, and real quick, Chaos, you need to get something to eat. You're talking about pizza burgers in the chat, dude. You're gonna make people up here hungry.
Pizza burger.
I've talked about them plenty of times, CGH, and reviewed a bunch of the NECA ones, the ones that they're doing for the comic books, not the cartoon ones. The cartoon ones are garbage. I don't know what NECA is doing, but they've dumbed down the quality on the cartoon versions and they fall apart. I took one of them back because it literally had a bendy wire in it that was ready to fall off coming out of the package. It was terrible. But the regular NECAs for the comics, holy shit, man, they are killer. Slasher's got 3 out of 4 turtles. The only one he doesn't have is Donatello, and they look amazing. I did see a Leonardo in a Target. Wish I could have got it. Don't have the money for it, but it looked fantastic.
By the way, McFarlane also got the rights for Ninja Turtles. So he's going to be releasing 7-inch page punchers of them as well. Yeah. So I guess he's snatching up whatever licenses he could get now that he's going to be losing the DC one.
Vinnie, do you have one of the movie ones?
Yeah, I have all 4 of them. Yeah, I have all 4. One is actually a bootleg, and you cannot tell the difference other than that the joints are looser. Yeah, I think Michelangelo is the only one that I have that's a bootleg now. But yeah, because I got Raphael with the 2-pack with Casey Jones, and then I ended up getting Donatello with Leonardo, and then I found a bootleg of Michelangelo. Yeah. I reviewed those guys. A year and a half ago, I think, something like that.
It was a while ago.
Yeah. Keep your eyes peeled. The Casey Jones motorbike. It's going for 35. Oh shit. Yeah, when I saw it, I think it was going for 70, but for 35, that's tempting. Because that dirt bike you probably fit with a different figure. I think the dirt bike looks way too small for him. Because it was actually supposed to be John Connor's dirt bike. They reused it. They repurposed it, and gave it to Casey Jones. But for 35, why did you tell me that? No. I know one Walmart that might have it. I might check. But yeah, so here is the Dark Avengers Warbird from the Marvel Legends. Now, this is not Carol Danvers. This is actually Moonstone. So let me show you guys this. And this was kind of one of those eBay goofs where this thing got lost. So I got my refund, but it came 3 months later. So thank you, USPS, for screwing up everything. And now I got it for free. But yeah, this is an awesome figure. Very nice. I thought they used the same exact body as the previous Warbird, the Miss Marvel, with the lightning bolt on the chest, but it's not. There's a couple of pieces that were reused, but for the most part, it is a fairly new figure. Box artwork is one of the hacks that Marvel hired. This guy is notorious for tracing over images of movie characters and movie stills. Mike Deodato Jr. But that's how Marvel hires folks, right? But anyway, the figure itself, beautiful looking, and we do have an alternate version too, that the eyes are all kind of like the glowy effect on them. So here's more of your classic look with the slightly larger mask, because the other head has a thinner black mask, and the hair is different. So yeah, but good stuff here though. I believe this figure, the mold is the same exact body as that updated Jean Grey, the one that I reviewed. I think that's the mold that they use for this. But overall, beautiful stuff here. The shoulder joints and the butterfly joints, they work really well on this one. Nothing's loose. Everything, it's really, really good. But yeah, I love the ball joint up there on the diaphragm. The crunch forward, the only thing that's bad is that back part. They still need to figure that out. If you did 2 ball joints, you would not have this problem, but it's still really nice, and I prefer this type of body over the ones that they used to use, because it's usually like that whole below the breast down to the crotch area had no movement on the female figures for Marvel Legends, but now you have, again, full diaphragm up there with the hinge. Beautiful articulation.
No shin cuts, huh?
No, not on this one. Some characters, if they have boots that are more prominent, they will do that. But yeah, this one did not have that. It's weird how they make these choices, who has them, who gets them, who don't. It's very strange. But yeah, this hand, I want them to discontinue that right hand. I think it's the ugliest looking hand, and it's so unnatural. Left one looks great. I love that. Oh, the splayed out fingers. Those are great. But she does come with the fist, so yes, she's always going to have a right fist instead of that stupid weird.
So tell us more about this fist, Vinnie.
He's half Jewish and half Korean. He's going to be on tomorrow's stream. That's our Fisk. Oh, you said fist. Anyway, here's the other head. And yeah, I like how they did this. The eyes are like all kind of glowing yellow to show like the power set, because Moonstone is a different character. But they did a good job though. But yeah, very cool looking. But I hate the scarf on this thing, and yeah, I ripped that off as well because I think it looks retarded. And it actually, you have a less movement in the neck with that stupid thing on too. So, but yeah, I removed it. I think it looks way better, especially that you could actually see that the neck was painted properly. Or I think
how dare you?
It's a separate piece actually. But yeah,
it looks better without it, dude.
Yeah, because it looks more like your classic Captain Marvel kind of, you know, those colors.
Yeah.
Supposed to be. But yeah, here's the first Warbird. She was the Target exclusive, the one that's in black. That's all in black. And yeah, she was a pain in the ass to find. Yeah, I made a call on it.
And what's funny is I had one of my Targets. She was just sitting there on the shelf.
Yep. But you never saw her again after that, right?
No, not after that.
Yep.
And since it's not a line that I would collect, I just kind of like, Vinnie's already got it. I don't care.
Yep. Every scalper was like they were raiding all the Targets to get it. Again,
I mean, if I would have realized that at the time, I probably would have got it anyway and then sold it
and flipped it. Yeah. Yeah. I only saw. I never even saw her on the pegs. I had a friend who held it for me. Who was working there. Because I told him like 2 days prior. He's like, "Oh, I think we have him in the back." I'm like, "Oh, dude, could you save me one?" He's like, "Yeah." So I picked it up when it was a street date. But again, both really awesome figures. Like I said, some of the differences are obviously it's the legs that they're totally different because this one had the sculpting up on the high boot. Like the knees down are probably the same, but the thighs were different. The upper torso is different. Even the midsection, this one has more prominent kind of abs. This one's a little bit softer because they tried making it look like more of that rubbery latex material instead of like skin tight. But like I said, this whole body is the Jean Grey that came with the big the Phoenix effect. So yeah, that's the body that they're using on this one. But it works. It's awesome. I love the articulation on these things. Yeah, they really did step it up in a big way. And yeah, if you want, you could swap the heads. You can see this one has the hinge joint and the other one does not, which I might Dremel out some of this or cut some of it so she's got a better range for the neck. But it's still pretty good because the hair kind of gets in the way anyway of articulation. But if you, I don't know, it kind of depends. It's just for a little bit extra movement. No Brie Larson ass. No, she has her own crappy figure that won't sell. I think I seen them at the discount stores.
Dude, I seen them at Ollie's before, and I just laughed as I was walking by them.
Nobody wants those. But yeah, this is cool. And yeah, you could swap the head. So if you wanted the other one to have the glowing eyes, you could do that. And yeah, there she is with the regular kind of, 80s head. 9 out of 10. This figure is beautiful. Really great stuff. I have my minor nitpicks, but yeah, if you do happen to see her, yeah, don't sleep on it. All these Marvel Legends figures, especially the female ones with these new bodies, you can't find these. They vanish so fast, and the scalpers they eat this shit up. So, but very cool stuff. I hate that hinge joint. You can swap the neck peg. Yeah, you should be able to, because yeah, those are separate pieces. And yeah, there it is. There's the bootleg Wolverine that she's with, and then I had to have them battling each other. So there you go. Good stuff. Yeah, this figure is awesome. I'm really happy that thing came. And boy, was it a surprise too, because it's like 3 months from when I ordered. I was convinced it got lost in the mail or someone stole it. But yeah, no, I finally got my hands on it. But I did get my refund. So oh well. I'll take that win.
Are you talking about the one that played Lagatha, Soul Assassin?
What's that?
Viking.
Oh
actress
yeah,
with Lagatha. I forget her real name. Don't ask me real names. Forget it.
Yeah,
it's a lost cause.
I think it's Catherine something.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I can't think of her right now either. Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah, and she's a real life martial artist too. I think she's like 3rd or 4th degree black belt, and I forgot which martial art, but she also knows Krav Maga, or whatever the hell it's called, the Israeli one. Yeah, she's a badass. That actress.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Chaos. Yeah, Rorschach ad. Yeah, whew, boy, that still stings a little. Yeah. Best female Marvel legend is the retro Iron Man She-Hulk.
Yeah, I reviewed her. Yeah, she's a great figure. I wouldn't call her the best. She has her issues as well. I like figures you could get into a lot of. You can pose in a lot of different ways. The articulation to me is something I want to see. I want to see these companies do a better job with. But yeah, she's definitely a solid figure. Yeah, they did a damn good job too getting the John Byrne style down.
Krav Maga.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you know what? I got one Rorschach figure, but he doesn't. I don't think he has any posability or very little.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they would have did something. The only way he'd probably get something like Hot Toys or something like that, and I don't have that kind of money for that stuff.
No,
not even in the least.
Nope.
But while we're fiddling around, I got one old school thing that I could show off. I think I showed this one off before, and if I did, oh well. It kind of is what it is. CenturyLink, the bane of my existence. But guys, here we go with a old school toy show off.
So today we will be taking a look at something old school. We will be taking a look at GoBots. So we have an original here. We have Bad Boy. This one was very delicate. There was not a lot of die cast in this one as opposed to some of the other GoBots. So to have them in one piece is pretty astounding. But there we go with Bad Boy. Up next, we will also be taking a look at Spacey. This one was pretty simple. Once again, a little bit of wear on the stickers, but most of the chrome on this one looks pretty good. I do believe it does have some loose joints though. And lastly, we will be taking a look at Slicks, the little drag car. This one, most of these were secondhand. These are not my originals. The back wheel is a little bit chewed up on this one. Just a bit. I'm not sure if it got melted or if somebody just smashed the hell out of it, but there we go with Slicks. Let's go ahead and start converting these guys. So go ahead and we are going to grab the easiest one to convert first, and that will be Spacey. Not a whole lot to him. He converts very simply like some of the early GoBots did. Later on, they did get a little bit more complex. This guy, unfortunately, some of his joints are a little bit loose, so the leg kind of wants to tumble down. Slicks I've never had before, so I'm not 100% sure on his conversion. We will do the best that we can to try to get this one converted into his robot form. A little bit of die cast on Slicks, not a whole lot. There was a lot more on a lot of the earlier GoBots. As they got along in the line, it did seem like they were using less and less die cast. Of course, by then, this was coming around towards the end where they got wiped out by the Transformers. And lastly, here we go with Bad Boy. Bad Boy was slightly more complex than the other guys, and I am not 100% sure on how to fully convert him, but once again, going to do the best that I can in trying to get this guy converted. I'm just not sure, and I'm afraid I'm going to break it because the bottom of the legs are very chintzy plastic on this one, where most of the other GoBots look really good. That doesn't look right. Let's take one more stab at it. I think this might be how he converts. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this look at the GoBots.
Nice.
What's going on, Keely Chow, coming in from Hong Kong. Good morning to you.
Oh,
Thanks
nice,
for joining
man.
us.
Hell yeah. Good seeing you, man.
I was talking about other figures. I missed that. His knees and elbows are different color plastic, unfortunately. Is that the Rorschach?
Oh.
We're in the middle of showing something. It's kind of hard for me. And how do I get it? I actually have something for animals. I forget the name of it right now. It's something Paul, something like that. So I put a picture of one of the pigs in, and it automatically does the best it can to sync up their talking. So
was it Paw Talk? Was it something like that?
Or my talk. It used to be called My Talking Pet is what it used to be called.
Oh, okay.
I think they changed the name of it, but I'm not sure.
Of course
The submarine was called Dive. He came in two different colors. So he came in a gray color, and he also came in blue, a dark navy blue.
Okay.
I actually have both of them in the back. But the problem with the gray one is that's the same color a lot of the bootleg companies were using. So you could wind up getting the gray one, and it might wind up being a bootleg. And it was the same thing with Waterwalk, who was the seaplane that had the big pontoons at the bottom. There was a couple of companies doing a lot of bootlegs of him, and the colors were very close to, because they always had like some, well, not all of them, but a lot of these GoBots had two different colors.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, it was like Leader One came in blue, and then he also came in the standard gray that you've seen in the cartoon.
Right.
Same thing with Cycle. They had Cycle with like some kind of like almost neon green and black and stuff like that, and then you had the traditional that was like red, white, and blue.
Nice.
I won't be able to show anything, CJH. The internet is been acting up all day. So yeah, like I mean, I could show a still picture, but that's about it. I can't show any videos, and if it's something that I got to grab from X, Twitter, it's not possible today. I can't open up a second link today. It's bad. You had the blue one? Okay, yeah. The easiest way to tell is if you look, I think it's trying to remember where Dive is. I want to say it's down on the inside of the legs, I want to say. Just look for the Bondi stamping, and it'll have an MC number on it for which one it was from Bondi. But that's all I have. Vinnie, did you have anything else?
No, I'm tapped out for today.
Okay, so I do have a couple of talking points. That was all. The only other thing I do is upload a few stills because, once again, CenturyLink, and it's not just me. I found out. I did find out my wife was talking to some of the neighbors, and CenturyLink was so bad they literally couldn't do a damn thing, and they canceled it within a few days of getting it when they moved into this area. So, yeah, one of our neighbors literally has zero internet because CenturyLink sucks so bad. But you were talking about you bought that setup where you could put the weapons on like the little table rack behind the figures.
Yeah. If you want, I can show that again if you haven't.
Well, real quick, go ahead and show that, and then I'm going to show you something I found for somebody that's on a budget.
Okay. Pull that up. We could talk over it. Don't matter. Where's this share? There you go. Yeah, there's the weapon setup. You know, I thought it was pretty damn cool though. I like that you could get into all different configurations and stuff too. Like you can see in the back here. I think it'll play. There we go, down here. So yeah, you could set all it up. The way that I had it in the review, because I reviewed the Batman figure, I did it all tall, so I have all the pieces. It looks like his armory setup, the way that I had done it, which is pretty damn cool. And if I dig out a proper Punisher, that'd be a good display for him as well. But yeah, these are killer. Yeah, these are all the different pieces. Hey, because I don't know if you ended up seeing this after the fact.
I did see it. It was kind of one of the reasons why what I found what I'm going to talk about after.
Yeah,
I think is good for somebody on a budget. Is it as nice looking as that? Probably not, but for somebody on the budget, this could work just as well. What I'm going to show afterwards.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll just jump a little bit. You can see it. Yeah, so there's like the table kind of setup, and again, you could take out all those pieces and have it set up however you want, to show off the weapons and all that stuff. But yeah, good shit. Good shit overall. I think they did a nice job with this. And again, this thing was only I think it was $23, something like that. But yeah, because I was eyeing this thing for like a couple of months. I said, you know what, hell with it. I was gonna get the damn thing. Adam's like, yeah, man, why don't you just do it? Get something that you want. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I picked it up. But yeah, because this thing you go with any figure setup. 6-inch to 7-inch scale, whatever.
From G.I. Joe,
I don't know if 8 would work, but 6 and 7-inch are fine. So.
All right, so here's what I found for somebody on the budget that wants to do something similar, but you don't have the money. So you go to Dollar Tree, $1.25, everything in the store. I found these. So they have these little pegboard setups. This is actually the medium-sized pegboard. They actually have one that's smaller than this, almost in the square size like you have on your setup right there. $1.25
nice.
for each one of these pieces. So I was able to use that bottom one to stand that up. So I get kind of like a wall set up to actually put weapons, and then they sell the little hooks like that.
Oh, that's cool.
That you could set weapons on. And like I said, since they come in the smaller little square sizes, you could do a bunch of these with these bottom pegs that are smaller to set it up like a table the same way you had on there. Well, one of the flat pieces like as a center of a table setup. So, I mean, it's a budget version of this. And at $1.25 per piece, hey, why not? And then they had larger ones than this. Like if you want to do a big wall setup behind the figure.
It comes with those hooks as well?
No, you have to buy the hook separately. But even then, you're talking those 3 sections, I didn't even spend $5. So
yeah. Oh, dude, that's great. Yeah, it's still pretty cool.
I just thought it was interesting. I thought it was a nice little workaround, especially, like I said, being on a budget, which I most definitely am right now. But
could you attach more of those pieces too?
You could attach as many of these things, or, like I said, you can get the ones that's like twice the size of this.
Okay.
So it's like a big giant one, or you can get a bunch of smaller ones and find a way to hook them together with these other pieces, or just even if you wanted to just take I don't know, bread ties and tie them together or something. You know what I mean? Okay. There's ways to clip them together. So,
yeah. But yeah, you could do a couple of them like this and just have them side by side and create a wall.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice. You used to have it at the Dollar Tree?
Dollar Tree.
Nice. Very cool.
It's weird what you find in some of these places. I definitely want to go back and get a few more before they disappear because I think they'd be interesting for setups.
Yeah.
You sent me still images. I'll see if I can try to pull them up. I don't know if I can.
Oh, the small soldier stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I see a couple of videos there. Like we can't play the videos because we'll get hit. YouTube likes to hit us, especially for showing other people's content. But yeah, here's one of the small soldier stuff. That's pretty cool. Now this is new. They just re-released them or something.
I suppose.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with them being out there again. That's cool looking though. I don't think I ever saw the movie though, or whatever the hell it was based off of. Right, it was a movie, wasn't it? That they
movie.
It's All Life Forever.
So here, real quick, just so people don't think I'm bullshitting. This is what I see trying to open up the page. Nothing.
Jeez.
It won't load. So I can't. Yeah, I can't even open up a second page.
Oh man.
This is what I deal with freaking CenturyLink all the damn time. So I'm not going to be able to get those. And that's why I didn't send links out. Because I literally could not open up a second page. It's been terrible today.
Yeah. Yeah, like I could slide through it. But I can't show the actual like moving footage because this person could hit us for copyright claims and whatnot. But pretty cool looking though. How big are these things? That's pretty big.
I'm trying to remember, but I think it was I can't remember if it was Burger King or McDonald's. One of them had like small little minifigures when that movie came out.
Nice. Yeah, I remember that, but yeah, it's something that I never watched. I never saw it.
Well, it's something that I know a little bit about just because my brother had them. So those toys are sitting in the back with all our, fast food restaurant toys, which we got many bins of many bins of those things.
Nice.
So here's something Hasbro put out. G.I. Joe Classified Series figures.
Yeah, man, that Law and Order looks so freaking good. Yeah.
Enough to get you agitated.
Yeah, to get me agitated, because like a lot of them, like I'm pretty much like I've been stopping them. There's been a bunch of figures I passed on because I'm like, no, I don't need them. Like they look kind of cool. There's like Dr. Mindbender. I know he's going to be coming out. I think in August or something. I definitely want that character as one of the original, or from the time I was watching big time. Yeah, there's only a couple more, and if they release the updated Baroness, I'd probably get that. Because
that first one was terrible.
That first one was awful, and she's like one of my favorite characters. And her in Industrial.
They also had this, which I think is a Pulse exclusive.
Oh shit!
So I just got these emails for this today. So,
I probably did too. That I didn't open up the emails yet. So the figure is inside.
I didn't go that far into it. I just seen the pictures. I figure I'd bring it up. Figure if you wanted to try to look further into it, you could.
Yeah,
but
let me see. Maybe Big Bad has it up already.
Like I said, trying to work around CenturyLink the best I can. So if you still pictures is all I can manage.
Oh shit!
Tommy has no power.
There's a new Conan figure as well. Son of a bitch. Let me see the G.I. Joe stuff. Do they have it here? Oh, I could definitely show. I could show a couple. Oh my god! There's the Snake Eyes with the polar bear. That thing is going for $73. That's insane. Hold on, I'll pull it up. That's some bullshit right there. Why is this $73?
Because the bear is oversized.
But not by that much.
He looks like he's a lot bigger than Snake Eyes.
Well, he was riding him, so yeah, I'd say he's bigger. Let's see. There's a better shot of him. Like it looks cool and everything, but
not for $73.
No, not for $73. That's bullshit. I'm gonna see the size comparison between the two, but they keep having these crazy shots. Oh, you got a piece ripped out of them? Oh, so you plug it in. Okay, I gotcha. Because of the bear trap.
There it is down at the bottom.
Yeah, they stood him up like that to make him look even bigger. Get the fuck out of here. No, that's not a $73 set. I'm sorry. That's bullshit.
That is why they're saying no. Because of the size of that figure. Because it's slightly bigger than a 6-inch figure. And the 6-inch figure is 25. So then if you double it, that's 50. And then they're automatically they round about Hasbro. So if it's roughly 2.5 times, okay, that's like 3 figures in there. What or 2 figures rather.
Now I'll tell you right now too, from the toy background. So he's mostly a solid figure. There's a little bit of paint on his head for the goggles. It's black that you're putting on there, but this is all solid blue with a little bit of fucking black and a little bit of purple there. You got maybe 3 colors tops. The hands are molded in pink, so there's no paint there either. There's not much going on. And the polar bear, he's all solid except for the black and then the head. You might have a little wash on him. That's about it. There's a little bit going on in there. What they're charging is ridiculous. Ridiculous prices. Sorry. They are bending over the customer. This is why they're losing so much shit.
And it's the same reason a lot of toy stores were complaining about Hasbro and why we've seen a lot of them stop carrying Hasbro altogether because the prices were just so overinflated. Yeah.
Yeah. And why is this one going for $28? He's a regular Joe figure. There's nothing extra special about them. We've seen the same accessories with Torch. There is no reason for this guy to be as much as he is. Look, it's the same packaging too. Why is he going for $28 here? Horse shit.
Oh, they were trying to claim tariff bullshit. You're lying. You're being disingenuous.
No.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's the whole thing. Although, real quick, as far as people complaining about toys going up because of tariffs, guess what? Those tariffs were already in place to begin with. Even when the prices were up, and then they slowly started coming back down a little bit. Those tariffs were never removed. They were still there the whole damn time. They're just doing this so they could just rake more out of the fans, so their CEOs can freaking get paid to give most people like mediocre shit when they know that they could do much better.
Oh, for sure, dude. For sure. This is horse shit what you're pulling here. I can't say it. That's your new baseline is $28. So with tax everything, you're paying fucking $32 or something for these figures. Get out of here. This one's 40. Why is he 40? It's a firefighter. Reuse weapon. That's Ripper's Jaws of Life thing.
Yep.
They repurpose into the Jaws of Life. Okay, you have your alternate if you want a black guy, or instead of a white one. It comes with a blanket thing. Wow, and they try to make it look like this is a massive setup. Get the fuck out! You could slam this all into one small package, and they try to space it out and everything. Yeah, these people are just bending over the customer. That's what they're doing.
Yep. And I've been waiting on that, but like I said, unfortunately, my finances are in the tank, and I definitely want to get that cringer. So I'm gonna have to see if I can sell a few more things real quick.
I saw photos of that. Yeah, he looked good. See this one, they kept it at the same price as like Naga Hide and shit. He's $50, which I still think is too much for this, but at least they didn't jack it up more. Yeah, he looks good. Fuck.
Once again, when we're getting into the agreed. But when you're getting into the reuse of those molds, and then they try, we don't keep. You're liars when you say you don't keep the molds, because there's no way every time you do a re-release of a figure or reuse the same shit, you're creating new molds. Stop being disingenuous.
Wait. Who said that they don't use the same mold?
Somebody tried to say from, I don't know. Now, once again, I'm not 100% sure if this was somebody from Hasbro or if this was just a simp for Hasbro. We're trying to say that they don't keep the molds. They get destroyed after they make the figures. Like bullshit.
That sounds like a simp. She looks great too. The alternate
cover
head
girl
on her, the smiling one. Like that one looks really good. And she has the alternate hair or whatever. You could swap it out. But yeah, she's on a retro card. See, and this is what I don't understand either. Why are they doing these different versions? Why can't this just be in a regular package like the other ones? Why is this retro carded? You know what I mean?
And especially for the same damn price.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If you're gonna do that kind of card stock and everything like that, maybe you should lower the price a little bit to incentivize people to want to purchase that version.
No. By inching it up the way that they're doing it, they're ensuring that no one else is going to be buying these things. And you're going to have more theft in stores because that's usually how that rolls.
Or even better yet, Ollie's going to see a big uptick in G.I. Joe toys.
Probably. You're not wrong.
Then it'll be a lot cheaper for us to buy.
Yeah. I mean, shit, on Big Bad Toy Store, you can see a lot of these figures are in discount right now, too. Zorana, she's going for $16.89. I see one of the twins. He's going for $13. And these are some nicer figures, more premium ones. They have the blue version of Barbecue. He's going for $15.59 right now. Dusty, the proper Dusty, he's $13.
Wow. So and why does all this stuff happen? Like it's the same thing with that Ultra Magnus. Mm-hmm. Before Hasbro decided to re-release it, Big Bad Toy Store had it up for $41, and I was like, "Oh man, if I only had the money, I would grab that damn thing."
Yeah.
And then Hasbro, oh, we're re-releasing it. Jack that price right back up on Big Bad Toy Store back to $89. Like, oh yeah, thanks.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy, man. Yeah, because you could see some of the different prices on there, and it's like, yeah, there's the older prices. Some figures are like $23, some are 25, and these newer ones are going for freaking 28. Bullshit.
CJ said he shared some stills with you.
All right. Did I show them, or you sent new ones? I'll double check. Hold on, because I got a lot of things open too right now.
$15 over the holidays. Nice. Yeah, that was another one I wanted to get at the time, Shifty.
Yeah.
Because I have the original one still somewhere. Love that damn figure. Yeah, a lot of those old G.I. Joes, man. Like, even though they weren't super detailed, they were just awesome the way they were made. And it's the same thing with a lot of the toys that came out right around that time. You're talking about the Motu stuff and everything. Like, all those things were just amazing at the time. Because you look back at what they were doing with Star Wars, there was so little detailing in those damn figures. You know, and my hat's off to Kenner for taking what they had and what they could do in a short amount of time and running with it and making a mint and really blowing up the action figure market.
Yeah.
But yeah, those things rarely, if ever, look like the characters from the movie.
Yeah, I know.
Well, our G.I. Joes were made to play with, man.
Yeah, that is also true. Yeah, so yeah, that's neat. They had a play set thing. That's pretty cool. You could probably use it for a Ninja Turtle display too.
Oh yeah, you definitely could.
Yeah. Not bad. I think what is this, like 5 inches or something?
Ninja Turtle, Spider-Man.
5.5. Hold on. There's one that there's someone that I know who sculpted this guy. And there are 2 different versions. There's one that has a regular face and one that has the yelling face. But yeah, here's one of the Hulks. So this was like the ones that are kind of like they're hollowed out. They're like the softer plastic, or slightly softer. But I like the fists are solid and the feet are. But yeah, I know the guy who sculpted this. He used to be a McFarlane sculptor. Really good dude too. Massively talented. But yeah, he's 13 inches. I had gotten 2 of them because my brother was he got one, I got one, and we painted the one that has the yelling face like that, all gray. So we had a gray Hulk and a green Hulk, which is pretty cool. Yeah, we used it basically like it was like flat acrylic paint, and it held onto this perfectly, and yeah, you couldn't even tell. Yeah, you couldn't tell the difference. You thought that it was actually molded in the gray plastic, but it wasn't. But yeah, good stuff. Simple too. It's like there was a cut down there. There was the shoulder, the wrist, the head, the diaphragm by the waist. I think they reused this body for a couple of wrestling figures later on too. Or he sold the original to them and tweaked them, because remember, like they had like the Stone Cold Steve Austin, some of those characters, and they were almost like they were over the top. I don't know if you remember them, but yeah, they were this same exact body.
Well, I remember they did the what were they called? They were called sweating ones or something to that.
Yeah,
nature.
the ones that sweat.
Yeah, but they didn't have hardly any posability. They just had the arms moved, and I think maybe the head moved. I don't even think the legs moved on those things.
Yeah, they just had a funky.
Yeah, Manliness Mask too, which they got that re-release of Mask coming out this year. Which I seen those. They look amazing.
Do we know what company is releasing those?
Oh God, I'd seen it, and I can't remember the name of the company, but they look fantastic. They look very much like the original ones, just with a little bit more detail and obviously articulation in the figures themselves.
Nice.
I mean, it's like Street Sharks. I seen the Street Sharks, which I never really watched that. By the time that came out, I think I was already working and everything like that, so I just kind of missed out on it. But I know what the original ones look like, and the new ones that they had released, like just last year or something like that, they looked amazing. Like I was actually tempted to get one. But once again, it's kind of budget constraints. Like, do I want to get something that I really didn't collect before, or do I get this thing that from a franchise that I loved and I would like that? And yeah, that's a no-brainer. So,
Yeah.
But they look phenomenal.
Oh yeah, they do. This is crazy too, but this is like they cut the deal with Frazetta's family. So we have the Frazetta version of Conan. I don't know if Stig is still in the chat. He's probably gonna wet himself over this because yeah, this is beautiful. He did such a great job, but way overpriced. He's like going for $90, insanely priced. But yeah, they really make sure that they did a killer job with it. So yeah, if you're a Frank Frazetta fan, there you go. This thing is going to be coming out soon.
Now, is that from the same company that did the Fire and Ice ones?
It might be. Well, yeah, it's Frazetta Girls. So did they do Fire and Ice? They might have. Yeah.
I forget who. There it is.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's them. Yeah, these look pretty cool too. But again, these prices are fucking they're crazy. They're crazy. This was a nice figure though. This looked really cool. I saw 2 people do a review. Although it does have its problems and articulation wise, you're gonna have a lot of issues with it. But it did capture the Frank Frazetta style. And it's cool. She comes with the big Black Panther as well.
My only problem was, with some of the lack of articulation that's in it and the high price. It was kind of like, eh.
Yep. Same. Look at the Vampirella. Same shit. They use the same bad body. It's like fix that articulation, and you're gonna have a really cool figure. But I don't know. I mean, for the most part, like it's nice for what they are, but not at that price point.
Well, it was just like a Red Sonja. The Red Sonja one they had, that one looked killer too. But once again,
Yeah, that's
talking about incredible price.
That is a different company, and their articulation is really killer on those. Yeah, they did a really good job.
I think I want to say that they did like Purgatory or something figure, like, or maybe even Vampirella too. Because I seen somebody had one in the end. They had them both together, and you could tell it was slightly different articulation.
Yeah, it's not Frazetta. It's shit. I forgot what company that one was. But yeah, those are really good too. And I did notice, by the way, if you are looking for McFarlane figures, they're putting some of the ones that were like Target exclusives. They're up on Big Bad Toy Store. There's the Batgirl that I reviewed, the Cassandra Cain one that's all black with the wired cape. Although their pricing is higher, they put a $35 price tag on it. But that was one that was supposed to be a Target exclusive. But yeah, now they're releasing them. So he's trying to make whatever money he could now.
CJH was asking, did you ever see the Hot Toys Doc Ock? No, you didn't have Doc Ock, right?
No,
I know you had
a bootleg.
the Goblin, right?
The ones I have, they're all bootlegs of.
Okay.
The only legit Hot Toys ones that I had that were his villains were Mysterio. I think that's the only one that I had. But I have Doc Ock from Toys R Us, and then I got a black turtleneck, and put that on him, and it's perfect for the new movie. Like it fits perfectly there. It also protects the figure because like they use cheap plastic for the body, so it does more. It protects the figure more. What the fuck was I going to say? I do have a Green Goblin from So Toys. That's another bootleg one. There's a few that I had because again that was I love those things, and at the time I had a little extra cash. Now I don't.
What was the Luke one you had?
Which one?
You had the Luke.
Oh, that's legit. Yeah, that was a legit Hot Toys.
I think you sold that. You sold that one, I think, right?
No, I still have that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is a really beautiful one. That was from Empire Strikes Back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his speeder outfit. Yep. Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, his pilot gear. Yeah.
Yep. This is kind of cool. I think Adam would probably like this. A McFarlane one. It's a vampire version of the Joker. So yeah, that's McFarlane. Pretty neat. Although they reuse these bodies all the time. That head's really good. And I like the blood all over the hands. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the bloody hand.
And I like that they gave him the hammer from the old figures.
Yeah,
that was pretty neat. So he's a gold label as well. I don't know what store he was an exclusive to, but apparently, yeah, these, like I said, these are on Big Bad Toy Store right now. He's going for 30. Yep. 30.
Yeah, I mean, how do you keep up with all the exclusives that they release? You just not unless you're spending all your time online looking. Oh, let's see. Yeah. No.
Oh yeah,
who's got what, where, and when, and
yeah. There's too many.
That makes it overcomplicated. It's supposed to be fun.
But yeah, oh yeah, but I know like he's going back and he's reusing these molds. He's re-releasing a lot of figures. They said so. Yeah, he's
Shifty said the vampires were Walmart.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never saw the Joker one.
Then that one might not be too hard to find though online.
Yeah, probably
for
not.
a reasonable price.
Yep, most likely.
But you said 30.
Yep,
that's not too bad. You got to figure anymore about $25-$30 is what you're going to pay for a McFarlane.
Yeah, and then like with their shipping and taxes, probably going to be closer to like 36 to 38, somewhere around there. Yeah, trying to see if there's anything else that was kind of neat.
Boy, manliness, that would be an expensive buy.
What's
you
that?
know, it'd be even more expensive, manliness, to get the original that they based the Mega Supreme off of. Because Mega Supreme wasn't Hasbro and it wasn't Takara. It was Toy Box. So their original one, they were like the bluish color. They almost looked like the Sentinels that they did in the Sunbow cartoon. The original ones from Toy Box.
Damn. It's like I said, man, there's a lot of crazy stuff that they put out there. But yeah, like I said, Todd is he's going to try to make the most out of all of this and milk the fans as much as he could because they are just dumping figures out right now.
Maybe wind up at some point seeing some of those come to Ollie's.
Hopefully. But the thing is, he's making such a short number of them. That's why he's re-releasing a lot of those, the ones that people couldn't really get their hands on. Because that's what happened. Target and Walmart, they cut their orders. So, yeah, there's not as many of those type of figures out there.
Oh, and then with the theft and all that was going on in those stores as well, don't forget.
Oh, yeah. It hasn't stopped. Like my Target, they don't want to restock anything. And there's a lot more shit that they're locking up. So, yeah,
dude, see, this is why for the longest time I wasn't even going to Walmart because their toy aisles were shit for a very long time. And it was just by happy chance I went to go into a Walmart one day. And I was like, holy shit, when did they start stocking this many toys? And I started going to Walmart more often. Now, all of a sudden, my local one, like I said, they're down to like a couple aisles and they have jack shit that doesn't really look like they're restocking much. That's why, if I wanted to eventually getting some of this financial shit situated, sell enough crap or whatever, maybe I'll take a trip out to one of the larger ones and see if they still got a big toy aisle and see what they might still have in there. Because every once in a while you go to these Walmarts and Walmarts will discount and clearance shit a lot faster than Target will. So I went in there one time. So I bought, for example, Studio Series 86 Spike Witwicky, in the exosuit.
Yep.
I was looking everywhere for them. I found one at Walmart, but the box was all busted up and everything like that, and it looked like somebody was playing with the arm, and it was ever so slightly loose. But other than that, the figure was okay, so I bought it at the normal price, and I think at the time they were going for it was over $12. Might even been like $13 a figure at Walmart.
Okay.
I went into a Walmart maybe 2 months removed from that, another Walmart, a super Walmart, and they had an ass load of spikes, brand new, perfect packaging, $5 a figure. So I was like, well, shit, mine's busted up. I might as well grab a secondary one in a brand new box to take home,
Yeah.
But I could have cleared them out if I wanted to because they were so damn cheap.
I know. That's what some people do, and that's why they end up flipping them online.
Silver Age Superman pre-orders go up.
Let's see, at $5, that's when your friends all get one. As a present,
Yeah.
if I would have thought about it at the time, I probably would have, because I've done that with a few other things. That's how I gave.
It's, you know, when you got the funds, and I mean, good luck finding shit for $5 these days. But yeah, back then, that's how come we were able to. People like us on these budgets were able to, because we were able to get good deals like that.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't get that shit anymore.
Well, Shifty said it, man. You said good luck. Well, he said Walmart $5 for the McFarlane shit right now.
Right.
Which yeah, I'm tempted. If I could get out tomorrow, I might take a look. But yeah, there's one Walmart that sometimes they stock shit.
Hey, how imperative is it for my wife to have a liver and kidneys? Is that like super imperative?
Well, kidneys, you have two.
Only
of those.
need one.
Yeah, with kidneys, yeah, she was given 2 by the Lord. So, yeah, you could probably sell one of those.
The question is, how much can you get on the black market for hers? Yeah.
Right. Just fill the bathtub with ice and slip something in a drink.
Slip her a Cosby.
Yeah. By the time she wakes up, she can't say anything because you're already gonna have all your new figures.
That's right. These are non-refundable.
Yeah.
I've already opened them.
Yeah, you burned them
and touched them and played with them, and I'm just happy. So happy.
Yeah, that's if they're marked down at yours. Yeah, I know how some of them do that.
Yeah, each of them are different. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I'll have to try to take a look. Yeah, it's crazy, man. All this stuff is.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not surprised, manliness. I'm sure that was freaking heartbreaking for you to have to deal with.
What's that? What? Oh yeah. Oh shit! Remember Chris? He had his mom like throw out all of his what do you call it?
He-Man.
The He-Man stuff, yeah.
Carding. Mint.
Yeah, minting card.
I know my dad was talking about how his mother had thrown a lot of shit out when he went off to the Air Force. And one of the things he had in his box of stuff that she tossed out was Action Comics #1.
Oh my god. Is that when she offed herself?
Well, she eventually got what was coming to her.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. She wound up being miserable at the end after accusing everybody of stealing shit from her, and found it later on. Never apologized. She wound up one eye, one leg.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Because she basically threw out a lottery ticket. That's what Action Comics #1. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Chris. I had a friend down the street that she was getting ready to toss all his Transformers. She literally put him out on the curb because he didn't clean up his room good enough. And I was sitting at my door salivating over all the figures, all the Transformer figures he had sitting there that I didn't have, like Swoop. And at the time it was Optimus, because I had Megatron, but I didn't have Optimus. And he had Swoop and Prime sitting there, and I'm just sitting there, and my dad told me, no, they're going to give it back to him. I was like, but they're sitting on the street. They're sitting on the street.
Good Lord.
Friendship be damned when you're talking about Transformers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
But I think this is probably a good place to wrap it up. And
that's what she said.
Mosey on and out of here. So we're as we always do, we're going to hand it over to our panelist, our co-host, and they're going to let you know what they got going on. So first up on the docket.
Hey, Prime, what do you think Megatron's going to do to Starscream?
Nothing gentle, I would say.
Changed it on you. You weren't expecting that. That's what makes it fun. But yes, pops, they can be fun.
Yeah, that's a cool set.
Sam got this for me. The only one I bought was the Juggernaut one that's up there. The other 2 Joker ones she got me, and she got me this set too, which I thought was really, really badass for what it is. Mm-hmm. And again, I don't have a lot of them. I got Taterheads because I'm a Taterhead fan, but yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. And she got me this one, of course, the Keaton to go with the setup. So, and knowing how big and important Batman is to all of us, and including her. So, yeah, her first question was, do I get your comics when you die?
Oh, shit.
So, You know. But yeah, no, I will be I will be here. I will be with Vinnie on Friday and Sunday and Dexter and Saturday if Slasher's doing a movie, and you'll see me go live from time to time. It's the first day of spring and we had snow. So yeah, you know, what are you gonna do other than have fun with toys and friends and look, there's the itty bitty Joker over here. This is the new one. He's so tiny, but he's got a knife.
Yeah, that's a cool one. Nice.
Yeah, out of all the ones to get, right? Like I thought that was pretty sick for The Office. So, you know, yeah, that was the new Joker for the week.
That's the Mattel one, right?
Yes, sir.
I think I had that when it came out. I don't know if I still do. I got so much shit in all these trunks and boxes.
Right. But he's got the, you know, and it goes good with the pictures I was showing with him on the chair and everything. And of course, all the stuff I've got, and it's what I like, and I like sharing it with you guys. But yeah, I'll be here every time that we're doing one of these, and maybe something on Fun University. Eventually, we'll get other things going on. But yeah, you know, we're right at the beginning of spring. So I'm ready to do more yard work and film out there and share my Bob Ross moments when I have them with all of you. So just stay tuned. Keep plugged into the Twitter and the Facebook, and that's where you'll find me. Other than that, right here with these guys doing Collectable Past, having fun, and, you know, showing off and shilling some good work, you know, that's done. You can get it today. Don't wait. But yeah,
right.
We'll let it go to the host or the co-host with the most. Thank you very much, gentlemen. It's always fun to be here with you.
Thanks, Adam. And a little word of advice for manliness. He says, hire a food taster, Adam. And if you ever see her come in with one of them little price tag guns, start looking over your shoulder constantly. We're going to go ahead and we're going to throw it on over to our other co-host.
It's me, Mario Kartitis. Oh no.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, here's the link. It's dropped in both chats. So if you haven't seen my stuff, go click on there. On the link tree. Got a ton of great stuff out there. In fact, I'll show you real quick too, because I have been working on and inking a new page on the computer, doing my digital inks. So here's some City of Venus for you guys. Again, just a quick little gander of what I've been working on and what we got going. But a little bit of showing the villain side of things. There's a massive fight sequence I'm working on right now and making sure it's going to be super badass and killer for everybody to enjoy. But yeah, the pencils and inks, I'm about, you know, I got roughly a third left of that to go before I get back into the painting and stuff. But yeah, we're right there. This is the last act of the book that I'm making sure you guys are gonna, you know, your jaws are gonna hit the floor when you see it. So I got to make sure it's gonna have some of the best artwork you guys have seen. People have been waiting on this one for a minute, but again, you know, got to get other work, got to pay them bills and stuff. So things have been getting crazy, but you know, it's right when you're feeling choked when you're doing some of your best work as well. So, but yeah, folks, yeah, jump on my link tree. A ton of great stuff out there, including the other YouTube channel, which is going to be, that's mostly the artwork and stuff like that. This is what it's going to look like. So when you click onto the link tree, it'll take you to all the great stuff. We got the merch store. So if you want some t-shirts and hoodies and shit like that, we got a few things there. We have the Art of Vinnie campaign. All the books that you get on there ship immediately. Adam is showing them as well. There you go. We have the Shadow of the Kraken with Through the Woods. That's on that campaign as well. They all ship right away. And yeah, there's the other YouTube channel, the Art Station, my Vinnieart, Rumble, all that stuff that you need, and more merch stores. But yeah, the top stuff is probably what you're going to want to see. Anyway, click on those. It's going to take you to them great places. You're going to be very happy you got my work. And yeah, tomorrow, 5 p.m., we're going to have Marinus on. We're going to talk about some of the crazy stuff that's going on, you know, a little bit of the political talk, but we'll also hit some of the stuff with Ubisoft or Ubisoft, however you pronounce it, and Assassin's Creed. We're going to talk about Egypt. Yeah, we're going to have some fun there. And then, yes, Sunday is back on my channel for Dexter episodes 5 and 6. So, yeah, we're at the halfway point on season 1. If you guys haven't seen it, come, watch it. Watch those first 4 episodes and then come hang out with us. Because, yeah, we're doing a watch party again. So far, knock on wood, my internet's been okay on the days I've been playing those. So that's good. I'll take it. We'll take it.
At least somebody's having some good luck with the internet.
A little bit. Not always. Almost every night I get kicked out off my damn thing here.
Awesome.
But, yep. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Tommy and Ab.
Yeah, man. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and say what I have to say.
And all day long, my foot up a dog's ass. Just bang, bang, bang up his ass. That's my pleasure.
Guys, thanks for hanging out with us. I am the most hated guinea pig online. They despise me. Right from the internet companies down to YouTube and everywhere else. They just can't stand me. Why? Because I just give it to you just how I see it, and some people just can't take that kind of freaking truth. And, tough titties. Because that's just the way it's going to be. It's the way it's always going to be for me. I'm not sure 100% what's going on with Collectable Past right now. I always enjoy doing this because there's something about being able to bring the nostalgia factor, the fun factor of some of the figures that we're reviewing and sharing them with you guys, and you guys giving us your input because so many of you have so many things to say about a lot of these different figures. This is the kind of stuff why these are the things why I started doing stuff like this is, why I did going old school. I wanted to talk about that fun stuff and share it with other people and see if I'm dredging up those nostalgic vibes or, if it's something new, if it has some kind of connotations to an older franchise that I enjoyed so much to be able to share it with everybody and have a blast doing it. Unfortunately, we're getting into that time of year where political agendas are more important to a lot of these companies than actually people just trying to be able to connect with other people. And it's pathetic. It's disgusting. And, if I could say what I wanted to say, I'd probably get booted off the internet right now. So every last one of them can absolutely go suck a, yeah. Anyway, thank you for being here. Could have spent your time anywhere, chose to spend it here with us and hear us ramble, maybe have some good times, check out some really cool figures and chat with other people if you were so inclined. Thank you so much. It is greatly appreciated. As far as what I'm doing, I don't know just yet. I'm still dealing with the fallout from the loss of one of our guinea pig brethren with Rorschach, and we're getting ready for his funeral and getting everything together for his final resting place, which we put as much love into making sure that he gets a proper send-off as we do when he was alive and we were taking care of him, because that's the only way to roll. These guys are like family, and, nothing but the best for these guys. And got a few extra surprises that are going to be going in Rorschach's casket because, as far as I'm concerned, that pig had a hell of a personality. Going to miss being able to do Rorschach's journals, but yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. We'll be moving on, unfortunately.
Oh, but little buddy.
Yeah, man. Guys, thank you so much. Remember, try to have fun out there and don't let anybody try to steer you in a direction that you don't want to go in, because there's a lot of those types on the internet. They don't give a rat's ass about you. They will say whatever they have to try to get you in their camp so you can talk shit about other people, and it's pathetic. Until next time, guys, have a good one. Later, yo.
You better run, Mojito. You what? I thought you said don't move. That was before. Now, you run. Adios, amigo.